We should look at using cleaner fuels, decarbonizing fuel, and the sources of fuels that we use in transport. Then we have to look at improving efficiency, fuel efficiency of vehicles that you use in freight transport. And we also have to look at using more efficiently our infrastructure that exists. And if we add to that accelerated deployment of intelligent transport systems, such as promoting electronic transport document to better support switching modes, because this is a big challenge now, how to switch more smoothly between different modes, then I think we can have a winning combination.
Obviously, transport is the only sector of the European economy where emissions are still rising, so we're way off the targets that the European Council has committed to. And within that, then the subsectors, aviation, shipping, but also road freight, are the serious sectors where legislation is needed to tackle them. So we're looking at measures like labelling to increase transparency in the sector so that the transporters know which vehicles are the most fuel efficient for their purposes. But also a regulation in future, CO2 standards as we have for cars and vans. We think in the future these are very much needed in the heavy-duty sector at the same time. And we're also looking at measures, economic incentive measures like kilometre charging to ensure that cleaner vehicles come into the fleet.
Operators have limited resources. They have limited resources in developing and being innovative. Gains can be made here, but it will cost some money, and we need to help. Manufacturers like Scania can develop new engines and new vehicle types, but again, you need, as also was discussed, you need to buy them before you have the impact in the market. So you need to cover also the existing vehicles. For instance, we did a project back in Denmark also with Scania precisely on how using existing technology an operator could reduce his fuel consumption. And it's impressive what you can do already.
It is very important that we all as TNT have one common goal where we are striving for. Our potential for TNT Express is 40% CO2 reductions by 2020. And we're doing all we can to achieve it, but it is also dependent on the cooperation of all the people in the rest of the supply chain and also on the government. We've got 75,000 people working with TNT, so we've got our own responsibility of taking, reducing and making people aware that they can reduce the CO2 emissions. And on the other side, we have to know that we are part of society and we are also responsible for that.
Our perspective is for developing countries, not just Europe. So we have a longer term view, and I think it's going to take a lot of time for the new technologies to come into play. So for a while we're going to have quite a mix between what they call first, second, and third generation technologies, and we're going to have to really determine what's best for our own markets and our own economies, what combination. Johannesburg chose to do diesel buses, whereas they also are offering ethanol buses and whatever, but I'm assuming they didn't choose ethanol because that wasn't in ready supply where they are. They just need the technology to help themselves instead of us just giving them what we don't need anymore.